Hello guys, welcome to the boot room. Andy and Stu here to look ahead to Ipswich Town v Reading. Stu, Ipswich Town have arrived, haven't they? They're in the last chance saloon now going into this game.
Are we formally in the last chance saloon? We've been saying that for a while.
I think they have to be, don't they? Surely.
Yeah. This now or never. Now, this is the biggest game since the last game, but there'll be no more big games if they don't win this one. It's the difference between 6 points adrift or potentially 12 points adrift. This is it now. Team selections, Andy. Between us, we weren't far off last week in the end. We went for the left field prediction of ditching the diamond and 4-2-3-1. It wasn't that, it was wing backs. And wing backs worked pretty nicely for the first 25 minutes before Jonas's red card. Do we think we're going to get that again?
No wing backs this week, I don't think. But I think we might be going left field again, switching things up. Yeah. Striking options are at a premium now. Will Keane out probably until April. That leaves Colin Quainer and Caden Jackson as the only two fit strikers really, and that's gonna mean a change. I don't know. It's gonna be a change of system. I can't see the diamond. I think maybe go back to the 4-2-3-1 that we saw earlier in the season. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I agree. I think you look at it. Paul Lambert said it's unlikely he'll be going with a back three with Jonas suspended. He has the option to bring Toto Enciala in, but I think he wants that left-footed balance. So wing backs is out the door. Does he really think Quainer and Jackson will work as a partnership? I'm not convinced by that either.
No, I can't say. I think this is a one up front job, and that's just going to require support from the midfield. But for me, that's got to be a one up front job. I don't think either of them hold the ball up well enough. You would see just two players that both want to do the same thing up there. You need one support them from midfield. Hit me. What are you
both going with the same formation, so let's see if we're going with the same personnel. Bart in goal, back four I think will be agreed on. Bree at right back, Pennington and Chambers, Colin's still out obviously, Kenlock at left back. The two holders, I think Shalabar will continue as one of those. I'm going to say Flynn Downs. I know he highlighted him for some criticism after that late Wigan equaliser, but I think he'll put him back in there and see what his response is to that. I think he'll go for a young and dynamic side that kind of worked against Derby. That was probably their best performance if you look back over the last few games. So Shalabar and Downs as the holders. Judge has to be in the number 10 role, that's where he's doing his damage. Quainer up top, which leaves the wingers. And we haven't got too many wing options, so I've got really two central players on the flanks. Nolan on the left, Bishop on the right. It's not ideal, but that's the options they've got to them.
We're similar this week. I've got the same back five, so I've got Bart, Bree, Chambers, Pennington, Kenlock. Then a holding two, I'd play Shalabar and I'd put Kolski's back into this side as well. A bit of a calming influence in what was a really, really big game. I'd play the calmer, the older head there. Got to have Judge in the 10, and I think you have to have Quainer as the one ahead of him. I want to see more from Quainer, but I think he has to be the one there. Wide, I would agree with Nolan. I'd probably play Nolan on the left, and then I'd give Gwion Edwards a recall on the right. His cameos of late have been good. He looks more like the player that we saw in August. Teddy Bishop, a notable absentee from that. I love Teddy Bishop, but when you've got a team there of players such as Judge, you've got Edwards who hasn't played a lot of football, even Quainer, Skews hasn't played a lot of football. I want the fresh legs of Teddy Bishop on the bench to come on for the last half an hour in what should be a tight game and hopefully make the difference. That's how I see Teddy in this game. Key areas in this game: central midfield. Reading, since we've last saw them back in November, they had a bit of a change, new manager in Jose Gomez, but they've lost their real midfield general in Rinomhota. He's out. They're playing players in there that aren't as comfortable. We've got John Swift in there as well. There's talk that John O'Shea might be playing in one of the two anchor roles in a 4-2-3-1, and anybody that's seen John O'Shea play of late will know that's not ideal. So for me, it's really important that Ipswich can have a bit of physicality and a bit of presence with Shalabar and the experienced head of Skews just to keep things going in there. Run that midfield and build from there. That's key for me.
We're looking at Reading's areas of strength we've got to look out for Nelson Oliveira up front, haven't we? There's a subplot there. The man who said Norwich City were a better club, a better team than Ipswich Town ahead of the derby a couple of years ago now. He's there on loan at Reading, one of their several January signings in a bid to beat relegation. He's scored a couple of goals so far. He's playing with that protective mask after Tyrone Mings trampled on his face in a game a few weeks ago, but he's one to look out for. He knows where the net is, Nelson Oliveira, and he'll take some watching.
Yaku Maite as well scored goals for Reading earlier in the season. Ipswich didn't pick him up very well. Need to do that this time.
Yep.
Right, here we are again. Prediction time. Yeah, Ipswich have got to win this game. Do you think they will? It's a horrible question. Do you think they're going to do it?
We were going to predict the same scoreline.
Yeah.
We've just had this conversation just before we pressed live on this. Changed my mind at the last minute,
What?
Andy.
All right. Well, okay. Shall I go with what?
Yeah, go on.
Well, we were both going to say it was going to be 1-1. Doom mongering. But what are you going to say?
At the last minute, I've decided to go for a 2-1 Ipswich win.
Has something just tugged at you?
Yeah, the last minute, we both were a bit downbeat off camera and thinking, not sure they're going to do this. Do you know what? I'll bring a bit of optimism to the party. 2-1. I don't know if I feel it in my heart of hearts, but...
Oh, you will, my friend. Who's going to score the dramatic late winner that I assume it's going to be?
It's going to be a dramatic late winner, is it? Colin Quainer.
Hopefully he's right.